Kids' gambling addictions. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your hashtag not sponsored coffee, and let's have a look at this article from Yahoo Finance discussing a very important topic. It's about, how kids are essentially getting addicted to gambling. And a lot of it is with the loot boxes. Isn't it prize mechanics? What did EA call it when they were facing judges? These things are not good. Now, we are a gamer family. You know, I play computer games. My wife plays mobile games and some occasional computer games. So, of course, you know, we also earn our money working on computers. So it would be hypocritical of us to not let our kids play on computers or play computer games. We use Microsoft Family. It's an app where we can manage all of the kids' computer time. We can set restrictions on when they can access certain programs, control what websites they go to. And we also have all the computers, which are desktop, in one big room. No computers in the bedrooms, all in one big room so we can see what everyone is doing. So when my daughter is playing her Sims 4, when my son is playing Starfield, because you can share your Steam licenses with the whole family. That's another interesting thing. If you're not aware of it, get the kids the Steam license. So when you buy them a game, they have it and they can take it with them when they leave. But they can also share yours. Like when you buy a Humble bundle with 50 million games that you're never going to play and you suddenly see the kids playing them. So that's how our strategy as a family to manage technology. Because, you know, we're concerned with what people can get exposed to online. It ain't good. So, one thing, I'm trying to think if any of their games have gambling mechanics. I'm thinking the closest I've encountered it would be World of Warships or World of Tanks, where you buy the loot boxes, and what was it, I think Jingles or one of the other guys will open up all these loot boxes at Christmas, and you can buy them to try and win a prize. I never saw the appeal of it. I'm kind of a single-player strategy game guy, Civilization, those type of games. So, I'm not one of the whales, people that spend like a fortune on these games. But the problem is kids can get addicted to it. So this is one thing we want to make sure our kids don't get suckered into. I think the worst probably is our eldest daughter is buying DLC packs for The Sims, but she's waiting for it when it's on sale. And yeah, so it's not the same as a loot box, because there you know what you're buying. You're buying a product and you get it. It's not where you're buying a loot box. You get a chance to maybe win something, and people spend a fortune on these stupid things. So, and it is gambling. It is gambling. So Aussie kids are losing thousands gambling online. More of our lives are being spent online, a trend that has seen a surge in young people seeking help for gambling addictions. I remember the first time I saw you could buy a skin in Minecraft, and I'm thinking, why would you pay money for what's just a JPEG? Video games, social media, and devices for everything you could possibly need have merged the digital world and the real world in a way we've never seen. But it could also be turning Aussie kids into gambling addicts. Child psychiatrist Dr. Tanveer Ahmed told Yahoo Finance recent studies have shown a surge in young children and teenagers seeking help for gambling addictions, from pokies and video games to sports betting and social media. Many of these games use the same reward mechanisms like gambling. All the bright lights, the positive rewards. I think, South Park did a really good episode on it, on where one of the kids was just buying all of this rubbish in a stupid game, just spending a fortune. It is an addiction. Like my coffee addiction, but at least it's not as harmful. He said tech and gambling were merging, making modern gambling addiction like being dependent on social media. It's more social, there's less time for reflection, and for brains that are still developing, it's insidious and difficult to stop. Well, that's one thing we've avoided. The kids don't have any social media. I think the closest would be Steam, but we've locked that down too. I have patients gambling in the waiting room while waiting for their appointment with me. In one of the worst cases, I saw a child who had lost around $3,000. Whether it is social media or video games, they're very engaging. They give you quick rewards. Yeah, it's a dopamine hit. I mean, if you were taking prescription drugs that regulate and give you dopamine like some of these games do, I mean, so even before you get into gambling, kids are becoming much more impulsive. They're much more sensitive to social belonging and rejection. They're much more sensitive to cheap dopamine hits. I'm kind of worried about, I'd say, the social belonging and fear of rejection. This is why you've got so much conformity in the young crowd. They'll just go along with anything. So how does playing video games lead to gambling addictions? It's got gambling mechanisms in it. It's not like games I was playing as a kid. You know, what was it? It was on my 286 SimCity, the original one. You know, there's no real gambling in that. And I think the Nintendo games, Legend of Zelda and Mario, no real gambling in that. It was different. Most of the time, the kids he treats didn't even realize they were gambling. To them, it's just another game. Gambling and tech are starting to merge. It's available on your device, it's on your phone or your laptop. So you can do it anywhere. It's social, he said. That's one thing actually we noticed was the young girls, you know, I think 5 and 6, were playing these Microsoft Windows games, or games they could install themselves on the Microsoft Store. They found these games, and it was all full of gambling ads. All of it full of gambling ads. Crazy. I couldn't believe it. So we blocked that. We went in and turned off access to those applications. But, I mean, there you go. Gambling is embedded in parts of social media or parts of video games, so it starts to become seamless, where you're not even seeing it as gambling. It just becomes an extension of gaming or just socializing in general. He said things like microtransactions or purchasing a new weapon or armor in games to get the edge on the competition was in itself a form of gambling. No, you've missed the point there. No. It's if they buy the loot box with the hope of winning it. It literally is gambling. There's like a percentage chance. You open the box, music plays. It's like a bloody poker machine. Kids are making a bet that if they have this item, they'll perform better. No, I don't think the authors actually ever played a computer game, Eliza. It's not. That's not it. They know they will perform better because it's pay-to-win mechanics. They are gambling on the fact when they're buying these loot boxes. That's what the gambling is. It's you get a chance to win a prize, to win a ship, to win a tank, and to win some tokens. That's the gambling. It's not buying something and thinking it's gambling. She's missed the point. I don't think she plays games. She better start online feminist gaming platform like that. Who was that woman who did that? You know, Gamergate, that nutcase who never played computer games. I don't remember her anymore. Sargon and Thunderfoot talked all about it years ago. Signs your child might have a gambling addiction. So the signs of gambling addiction often reflect those of any other kind of addiction, like irritability, isolating in rooms. This is why no computers in bedrooms. You need to see it. This is why kids don't need a Surface or a iPad. I know with schools wanting them, but when you get a big chunky desktop, you can't take that in your room, can you? You want to see what they're doing. You want to see the stuff they're doing. Sure, it may be frustrating if they're playing a game terribly, but that's just how it is. You'd hope you could steer them to playing good, decent games like Command and Conquer, but no, it has to be The Sims. It's just the digital dollhouse. Falling behind at school. Obviously, that could just be gaming addiction. That's another thing as well. That's the problem with all the MMOs. Then obviously trying to find new ways of getting money. They can reach levels of crime. I had one patient who was hitting up his friends trying to get more money. So it can start reaching those levels, which is similar to other types of addiction, where they start behaving in real problematic ways. So teaching kids the value of money could save them. it's tough to teach them that. It really is. So our goal is to teach our children how to earn passive income. That's what we're trying to do. They've all got their self-wealth shares. They're all buying, with, like today we had 2 birthdays, and I asked the grandparents, just if you're giving them $50, put it in that account, and we'll buy shares for them for that. And I tell them every month, oh, you made $5 this month, you made $6 this month. Look, it's grown. So Ahmed said, any child under the age of 15 shouldn't be allowed to spend money on social media or gaming at all. Oh, bullshit. Okay, no. It should be controlled. Okay, you think I'm going to tell my 10-year-old daughter she can't buy the latest, Sims holiday, a seasons pack I think she bought, when she's worked hard for her money, she's earned it herself, and, we said half of it goes to savings and half of it you can choose to spend. Because she's under 15, she's bloody well worked it. She deserves it, and she's waited for a sale to buy it. Bloody oath, let her. I mean, it's The Sims, it's not my cup of tea, but each to their own. But I wouldn't let them buy loot boxes with that money. That's the difference. This isn't coming through here on this article. I don't think they understand what's actually going on. He said the main thing parents should do is teach their children the value of money, because many kids don't consider the money they're spending online to be real. It can be a bit normalizing to spend small amounts of money, but, well, the kids shouldn't it should be completely controlled by the parent. I mean, can you make in-app purchases for looty crap using your Steam wallet? That's the question I'm asking the viewers of the audience, because I've got no idea. Can you do it? I mean, you can buy DLC. Can you buy loot boxes? I mean, maybe this is just saying you need to keep your kids off mobiles and off consoles, and they have to be PC Master Race with a desktop. Okay? Let all the dumb plebs play their Candy Crush shit or whatever. Is that even a game anymore? You know what I mean. So, yeah, I mean, he's right there. It's just another way to play a game. And there's money involved. That's the kind of how they get conditions to see it. Yeah, well, yeah, I think they've missed the point in this article. Let's have a chat about it. Honestly, I think the issue is people, you've got microtransactions on bloody phone games. And a lot of those are buying this in-game currency like diamonds, or, I mean, look at the new Diablo game. I think it has a tremendous amount of online currencies, and they want you to buy it with real money, and then you got to buy your gems or your crystals or this shit to spend on, power-ups and other things. That's pay to win. But then the gambling element comes as well when you do that, and you may get a chance for a certain upgrade, a certain character, a certain thing. With the loot boxes or the prize mechanics. That's honestly what I think should be restricted, like gambling, because that is what it is. It is gambling. It's not appropriate for children. And, well, a lot of kids are getting exposed to it. And as a parent, you need to lock down and control your children's access to the digital world. It's no different than anything else. If a 12-year-old goes, someone under 12 is left by themselves for a long period of time in Queensland, that's not allowed. That's illegal. Are you leaving them alone in the online world? And there are tools that make it easy to use. Look at that Microsoft Family Safety thing. You can control everything there. They're going to hate you for if you make the change from complete freedom to restriction. They're not going to be happy with it, but it's something you need to do. And it's so easy nowadays. There's no excuse not to do it. And, I mean, you then you build up a culture, okay? You've got so many hours of game time after you've done your schoolwork. If you want some more, earn it. So that's my take on this. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. What do you reckon? Have you encountered these mechanics, and how do you deal with your kids engaging with the digital world? As always, thanks for watching. Check out Heise a bit more Heise does for other videos I create. If you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use referral links, buy pocket squares, or call me if you need an architect. Take care. I'll see you next time.